Okay guys, welcome to this video, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to build a calculator on our web page. So this calculator is going to be a functional calculator. Okay, so we're going to be making use of HTML CSS and a little bit of JavaScript to make it functional. Okay, so quickly let's go over to create a new folder. So we're going to go to desktop. We're going to create a calculator folder, calculator. Okay, don't mind my spelling. Alright, so I'm going to select this folder. Okay, so I have it here. I'm going to open a file. So in this file, I'm going to name it calculator.html. Alright, so I'm going to click enter. So right now I'm going to start with my heading tag. Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit fast here. I'm going to create a HTML. So right inside this HTML, I'm going to have language. It's going to be equal to en. So under here, I'm going to create the head tag. So under this head tag, I'm going to have meta cursor. So our meta cursor is going to be equal to UTF-8. Alright, so I'm going to have also meta name is going to be equal to, so I'm going to have my viewport. So my viewport is going to be content. So the content, I'm going to have width dash device, which that device, no sorry, width is going to be equal to device, sorry, width equal to device dash width. So we're gonna have comma initial dash scale equal to 1.0, and then I'm going to have my title. So my title is going to be calculator. So right now under here, I'm going to create my style. I'm going to be using CSS also, and then right here I'm going to create the body of my. Okay, so I think we are good to go right here. So the next thing is we're going to start creating our calculator. So the first thing we're going to do right under the body is to create a div class. So this div class is going to be equal to calculator. Okay, it's going to be equal to calculator. So under this, we're going to have an input type. Input type is going to be equal to, so the input type is going to be equal to text. ID is going to be equal to display, and disabled. Okay, so I think we're done with that first one. So we're going to be making use of a HTML attribute called onClick. So this onClick works directly with JavaScript to make our code functional. So I'm going to be creating a button. So my first button, I'm going to be giving it onClick. OnClick. So this OnClick is going to be what we call append. So the first one, we're going to use C as our clear screen. So I'm going to use clear display. So whenever we press this particular display, is going to clear the screen. So we're going to use C as our clear display. Alright, so the second one, we're going to create another button. So this button is going to be also an on-click button. So we're going to do button dash on click. So this is going to be append value. Okay, you can see how I'm typing my code. I'm using camel case to work with this JavaScript because we're going to be working with JavaScript. So the second one is going to be divide. It's going to be division. So I'm going to use double quotes division. So I'm going to have also division here. So since I'm going to be doing pretty much the same thing, I'm going to copy this and use it for other codes. So I'm just going to be changing the values. So the next one I'm going to use is multiplication. So I'm going line by line multiplication. I'm going to use asterisk here. Okay, so I'm going to go down, Ctrl V. So I'm going to change this to minus. So this is going to be my minus. Alright, I think we're done with this particular line. So we're going to create another line we're going to start with 7. So this is going to be for the value 7. Okay, so we're going to go back again. We're going to have 8 here, 8. So we're going to go down and have another value 9. So we're going to go down here and have another value. So this value right now, after 9, we're going to have a plus. Okay, so quickly let's save this, and then we're going to go to our folder desktop and look for our calculator. So I'm going to change it, open with Google Chrome. Okay, so see what we are able to do so far. We've created the first code. Alright, so let's quickly go down and create another line. So this line, we're going to start with number 4. Going to have 4, 5, 6, 4. We're going to have 5. Ctrl V, we're going to have 6. Okay, so we have our second line of numbers. Good. So the third line, after this, we're going to have another one. Then this particular one now is going to be equal to, so this is going to calculate our result. So we're going to have calculate result. So this is going to be what will calculate our result. So we're going to use equal to for that, equal to. So we're going to come down here and start another one, append value. So we're going to have 1, go down and have 2, we're going to go down and have 3. We're gonna come down and have, okay, this is going to be dot, that is point, and then finally we're gonna have 0. Okay, so I think we're done with our code. So let's just quickly save, Control S, or you can go here and save and then come right here and refresh. So we have our number. So it's time for us to align it and make it look like a calculator. So quickly we're going to go into our style CSS. We're going to use CSS to quickly style our page one after the other. So the first one we're going to go to the body. So right under the, so we're going to go to the body, curly brackets. So first we're going to use display. So our display is going to be flex, and then we're going to justify content. So the content we're going to justify is going to be center, and then we're going to go to align items. So the align items we're going to use center, and then we're going to go to height. So our height is going to be 100 VH, vertical height. Then we're going to go to background color. So our background color we're going to be using smoky white, F4. Sorry, we're going to be using F4. Okay, and then font family. So the font family we're going to be using Arial, Helvetica, and sans serif. Alright, so that's good. So we're done with that particular one. So we go to the next one. So this one we're going to be targeting the calculator. We're going to be targeting the calculator. So in this calculator we're going to choose the background color to be white. Okay, then we're going to go to padding. We're going to pad these to be 20 pixel, and then we're going to go with border radius. So the border radius we're going to have 10 pixels, and then we're going to go to the box shadow. So the box shadow, or we're going to have 0 pixel, 10 pixel, and then RGBA bracket we're going to have 0, 0, 0.2. Okay, so I think we are progressing. And then text align we're going to have it at the center, and then finally we're going to have the width. The width is going to be 250 pixels. Alright, so good. We are progressing so quickly. Ctrl S, or you go over and save, and then we come over here and refresh. Okay, we're making progress. So quickly let's go over to the next one. So the next one is going to be the display. Alright, so let's work on the display. So to target the display we're going to be using hashtag display. Okay, so hashtag display. So remember we have an input type here, input type display. So we're going to be targeting the display, hashtag display, curly bracket. So the display, we're going to make the width of our display is going to be 100%, and then we're going to go right to the height. The height is going to be 50 pixels, and then we're font size, font dash size. So the font size, we're going to make it 1.5 okay, and then we're going to go to text align. So this time the display, our text is going to be coming from the right side because it's a calculator, from the right side. And then we're going to go to padding. So the padding is going to be what are we going to go with the padding? Let's make it 10 pixels. Okay, so we're going to go right over to margin. So the margin is going to be to the bottom, margin dash bottom. So the margin from the bottom is going to be 10 pixels. And then also we're going to have the border, so we don't want border on our, so the border we're going to have none. We don't want border around our display. Okay, so I think we are good. Background color. So let's do background alone. So background is going to be, let's use harsh EA. No, EA. Okay, I think I have it. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so we're progressing. Now we're going to go right into the next phase, which is going to be we're going to go right into the next phase, which is going to be target the button. But first of all, let us Control S, save, go over here, save, and then refresh. So let's see what we've done. Okay, we can see our display is good. So now we're going to go to the next one, which is we're going to target the button. So we're going to go with dot button. So right now under the dot button, we're going to have the display. The display, we're going to go with an attribute called grid. So this is going to display our content in grid. So grid template is going to be grid dash template. It's going to be in columns. So these columns, we're going to repeat it. Going to repeat the columns in 4, 1 FR. So this is going to give us the rows, number of rows that we're going to have. So gap is going to be equal to let's make it 8 pixels. Okay, that's good. So I think we're done with this. So let us save, Control S, or go right over here and save, and then come here and refresh. Okay, we still have this here. So let's go to our code, save. All right, so good, we have created our grid. So it's time for us to go to the button and then pad the button. Okay, so quickly we go over to the button. So right under the button, we're going to pad it. Padding is going to be 23 pixels, and let's make font size. Font size is going to be, make it 1M, and then we're going to make the border none, So we're going to go to background color. So the background color, we're going to have to use dash 123 DDD. Then we're going to have to go to cursor. So cursor is going to be on pointer. And then finally we're going to go with border radius. So our border radius is going to be 10 pixels. Okay, I think we are good here. So let's see what we have done so far. Save and then go to here and refresh. Okay, so we have created our calculator. You can see it here. It has been arranged very well, but it cannot display. So quickly we're going to go to the final phase of our CSS. So we're going to do button again, button hover. So what happens when we hover around our button? So we're going to have something like, let it go to background color. So the background color is going to be something like hash f. Okay, so I have white. All right, so finally let's target the 0.0. So this 0 let's see how we can grid dash column. So the grid dash column, we're going to give it a span of 2. Okay, so we're going to come right here on our code. So we're going to do something so that we target the 0 on our code. So we're going to go down to the last one, which is the 0. So we're going to right here, because we want to target it also right here, we're going to do something. So class is going to be equal to 0 because we want to target this 0. All right, so quickly let's save, Ctrl S, and then can come here and save and come here and refresh. Okay, so we have our 0 here. So once we hover over it, it changes. All right, so guys, this is it, how to create and design a calculator on. All right, quickly guys, so let's quickly go to the JavaScript and see how we can design this to make it functional. All right guys, so we're going to come right under this place, under this div. We're going to create our script. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is function. So this function, we're going to target the append value. So the append value is going to be value. So this value, we're going to have document dot get ID by name, get element by ID, sorry. So we're going to have something like this, display. I'm going to tell it to display. All right, so I'm going to do a tutorial on this JavaScript and tell you what all these are for. So we're going to go with value plus equal to value. All right, so that one is done. So we're going to come down here and then create another function again. So function is going to be clear screen. For the clear screen, clear display. So this clear display is going to have this, and then we're going to also document. It's going to be dot get element by ID. So it's going to go right into our code and get the element from those codes that we wrote. They append ID, they append values and all that. So it's going to go to display. Display is going to also go to dot value. It's going to be equal to, we're going to have double quotes here. Okay, so the next one we're going to have is function. This time around, calculate our result. So it's going to calculate our result, and this time try to calculate our result. So what is it going to do when it tries? Document dot get element by ID. So it's going to go to the display. So when it goes to the display, what will it do? Dot, it gives us the value. Pick the value. So the value is going to be equal to evaluate, and then evaluate the document dot get element by ID. So these are the things it's going to be doing. So inside this, I'm going to have another bracket also. It's going to display the result. Display dot value. Okay, so if it displays our value, we're gonna have another one. So we're gonna have catch so under catch we're gonna have bracket error, so here we're gonna have document document dot get element by ID, and then when it gets the element by ID, what does it do? It's going to display Alright, so we have display. So when it gets the document by the element by ID, it's going to display it, and dot value. So our value is going to be equal to, let's give it a quote. Doesn't find it, it's going to give us what? Error. So quickly, see, the JavaScript is very simple. Save, and then go to our code, refresh. So we have 7 plus 9. We're going to go to equal to, we have 16. Very good. So we can clear the screen. We have 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So we can clear the screen and then do 80 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. So we clear the screen. So guys, this is how to build a functional calculator on our web page. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and also please subscribe to our channel and share the screen. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.